Welcome to Shootin' It Straight with Stan. I'm your host, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. For all of you listening on the podcast and not seeing me on the video, got the green hat on today. The Stan the Annuity Man green hat. Been getting a lot of people emailing, can I get one of the hats? Can you send me one of the hats? We're not in the hat business. If I have some, I will send them to you. But just understand this. The sizing on these hats are huge because I got a big noggin. I got a big mullet head. So, I mean, if you have a teeny little head with a big brain, you're going to look kind of crazy. But if you've got this big old mullet head, big pumpkin head, then I might send you one and you'd like it. Today's topic is called Sign Now, Decide Later. Sign the paperwork now, Mrs. Jones, because, just sign it and we'll just have it here and then you can make a decision. Never, ever, ever, ever do that. Now, this drives me crazy in the annuity business. And it is I got a call the other day, and the reason that we're doing this topic is the lady calls me and says I get a lot of these calls. I'm not feeling comfortable with what this person's trying to sell me. It sounds too good to be true. And you always say, Stan, if it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time without exceptions. That's true. But so I ask what they're selling, and then we go through the details and the facts and all that stuff. And then she says, well, I've already signed the paperwork. I'm like, what? How? What? You signed the paperwork, but yet you really didn't understand it. And she said, well, that's what he said to do. Just go ahead and sign the paperwork. We'll have the paperwork, and you can decide. But that is nonsense. It should be illegal. But let me tell you where this is coming from. And once again, this is going to create a lot of angry emails from the industry, a lot of blowback, as they say, from people in the world of annuities that distribute annuities. But here are the facts. In the annuity world, the way most of these products are distributed is with IMOs and FMOs. They're marketing organizations. So, agents sign up with these marketing organizations, et cetera, et cetera. And these marketing organizations help them with the paperwork and all that stuff. Now, Stan the Annuity Man is the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent. Typically, we don't use those people because of who we are, our stature, and our volume that we do. We have a couple, but they don't interact with us. We just wave at them on the way to the bank, as they say, right? But here's what's being taught out there to the agent army of annuity people. They're teaching these agents to have people sign the paperwork before they leave the office. Have them sign, period. Do not let them leave without signing. If they go to your bad chicken dinner seminar and you get them in the office, have them sign the paperwork, whether they're ready to go or not. Tell them whatever you need to do to get them to sign the paperwork. And, a lot of these guys get it. They get the paperwork signed and they go ahead and submit it all. Okay. This is taught in the annuity industry. This isn't some agent locally that just thought up this idea to have you sign paperwork. No, it's actually part of the sales process that's being taught, not by all FMOs and IMOs, marketing organizations, but by too many people that teach sales practices in the annuity industry. And there's a reason that the annuity industry has a bad reputation. It's for practices like this. I want you to think about this for a second. You go to a car dealership and you're looking at a car and they say, I know you're going to look at a car and I know you're going to think about it, but go ahead and sign all of this paperwork for me if you don't mind. So when you come back, we'll just be ready to go. Have you ever done that? No, of course not. When you go to buy a house, do you do that? No, you might have a pre-approved mortgage that's in place, but you don't sign the mortgage paperwork and then go think about it. I don't think that happens. If it does, it's a 1 percentile. I want you to think of all the things that you have to sign a contract for so that you own it. How many times have you been saying, go ahead and sign it, and then, maybe you'll do it, maybe you don't, but you're going to sign it? I'm thinking never. I'm thinking in my life of 58 years, and I know what you're saying, Stan, there's no way you're 58 years old. You're so vibrant and energetic and young looking. I understand, but I'm covering up a lot of gray hair with this green hat. The point is, I have never, ever been approached by anybody to say, go ahead and sign the paperwork. Go ahead and sign the paperwork and then leave and then think about it. Go ahead and sign the paperwork and let's touch base next week. And if anyone had ever said that to me, I would have exploded and said, you're the biggest fraud, crook, idiot on the planet. I mean, I get this call maybe once or twice a week, but it's happening so much out there that it's disturbing, and I needed to call it out. So, that's the reason the title is Sign Now, Decide Later. That is a crap annuity sales pitch, period. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than please don't do that. And for any of the agents out there that listen to this, or the FMOs, SMOs, marketing organizations that listen to this, or any of the carriers that listen to this, and boy, they do, okay, they do, stop it. Stop it. People can make up their own minds. You don't have to do bait and switch tactics. You don't have to do these shady sign now deals, because what happens is to unwind a lot of this is a mess. A lot of the times the agents will say, go ahead and sign it and think about it. And they go ahead and submit the paperwork. I had a situation the other day, same thing, but it was like a multi-million-dollar indexed annuity case where this person was he was trying to sell one indexed annuity to one guy for multiple millions of dollars. I'm not saying that's a bad thing if it's suitable and appropriate, but this person didn't know that this stuff had already been submitted, because the agent said, go ahead and sign and decide, and let's decide and let's think about it. And he thought that was what was going to happen. But the application paperwork was actually submitted for the transfer. And the way that the person found out was that the money, where the money was coming from, called him and said, we're going to go ahead and move that couple of $1 million to the annuity company. And he's like, no, I didn't approve of that. And they said, well, you signed the paperwork. So he calls me in a literally grown man emotional. I'm not going to say he was crying, but I think he was close, saying, what do I do? What do I do, Stan the Annuity Man? And I helped him unwind that, get his money back, sent to where it was supposed to be, where it originally was. And then, this is the fun part, agents, I instructed him how to file a formal complaint with the state insurance department and financial services division against this agent for bad, misleading, fictitious, false, non-fiduciary sales practices. Now, in the past, I haven't done that because, I mean, it's like taking a spray gun to a forest fire. But from here on in, be warned, if you're out there making people sign paperwork up front, hey, sign the paperwork. Go ahead and sign the paperwork. And just think about it. And then mark it upside, no downside, or whatever the pitch is. And I get the call from the customer, and we unwind it. I'm going to instruct them on how to file a complaint against you. Now bring it. If you want to come at me and call me and email me and say that's not right, Stan, you shouldn't be doing that, Stan. Well, you shouldn't be having them sign the paperwork up front. Okay? Now, if you're a consumer out there, I need you to be really, really careful, and I want you to listen to what I'm getting ready to say, because it's very, very important, and I say this every single time to every single person that I meet with or talk to. And the team of people that interact with clients, they say the same thing. Here it is. There's never, ever an urgency to buy an annuity. There's never, ever a fire sale. There's never, ever a time frame that you need to sign the paperwork in order to lock something in. There's never, ever a time that you need to make a quick decision and sign the paperwork to get an upfront bonus. There's never, ever a time for any of that. The only urgency when it comes to annuities is for you to fully understand how the annuity works, period. And then make your decision on your terms and your time frame. Remember, annuities are contracts. I got a call today, right before this podcast recording, where the person said, we were talking about MIGAs and SPIAs, multi-year guarantee annuities, immediate annuities, and they were confused. They wanted to buy the MIGA, but I asked a couple of questions, and I said, you know what? I don't feel comfortable. Let's set another time for us to talk, 30 minutes, and let me make sure that you fully understand what you're making the decision on before any paperwork is put in front of you. Any. I'm going to clean this stuff up in the annuity industry. I'm going to tell you before I die, and who knows when that'll be, but I'm going to burn, as someone said the other day, I'm going to burn the candle at both ends, and what a flame that'll be. But I'm going to clean this stuff up. Am I perfect? No. Am I Mr. Wonderful? No. But I know right from wrong, and you do too. And the annuity industry needs to clean this stuff up. So if someone says to you, sign now and decide later, here's what you say to them: later. Never going to talk to you again. I'm Stan the Annuity Man. That's Shooting It Straight with Stan. See you next time.